Did you know there are 4 different categories of logo grids, and they should be used at different stages of your logo design process? Well, in this video, you'll learn the different type of logo grids and when to use them. So the first type of grid we want to talk about is base grids. If you're like me and you create a lot of geometric logos, base grids are the foundation for timeless geometric logos. Before you start designing a logo, you really want to use base grids. So there's many different base grids. The main base grids are square, isometric, hexagon, and golden ratio. I would consider golden ratio to be a base grid because you can start a logo on top of the golden ratio grid. You can also use the golden ratio grid at different stages of logo design creation, but I'll still consider it a base grid. And these are just some examples of different type of logos that can be created with the variety of base grids. Now next, I'm sure you've seen this type of grid many times on designers' portfolios when it comes to Behance or their websites. So these grids are called construction grids. So this type of grid is used at the end of a logo design process. It reveals the anchors, handles, outlines, and grid lines of a logo. And designers like myself use this just to ensure that the logo is perfect before we send it off to a client. And it also looks very nice in a portfolio, just shows the detail, the attention to detail when creating a logo. And it's not just for show. So when you use it in like a presentation or your portfolio, you just seem more professional because you know what you're doing. It's like you have nothing to hide. It's like just revealing everything within the logo, just showing how perfect it is, the curves, the anchors, and just showing how everything aligns. Again, I will use this before I would send it to a client or presentation to ensure there's no errors, no duplicate anchors, or like any misalignments. And now we have lockup grids. I've actually came up with the names for these type of lockup grids. So we have horizontal lockup grid on the left, then we have vertical, then we have condensed. So lockup grids help pair the logo mark and the logo type. Each different lockup should be treated differently. So horizontal, there isn't any rule of thirds here. But in the middle, you can see that there is rule of third, which is a vertical lockup. And also we have the rule of thirds applied and used in the condensed lockup. Because of how the logos are created, because of the dimensions, condensed needs its own logo lockup grid. And so does vertical and horizontal. But these grids are used at the end of the logo design process. Not right at the end, but after you've created the logo mark and the logo type and you're just trying to pair them together. And finally, we have Clearspace grids. So again, I'm sure you've seen this a lot, especially in brand guidelines. So this type of grid is typically created right at the end of the logo design process when everything is confirmed. So when the client says, yes, finally, then this type of grid will be created. Again, the Clearspace grid is just to create an exclusion zone around the logo. So exclusion zones being areas that nothing should be inside. Sometimes it's created by using a component within the logo. So with this example, you can see the S is taken and placed around the edges. Whereas this example, you can see that there is no shape taken within the logo. It's just marked as X's, and these X's are typically measurements such as pixels, centimeters, or inches, depending on where the logo is going to be used. This type of grid, again, used right at the end and just to ensure that the logo is not being butchered when you send it off. So I've created this template pack that you can download. Majority of the grids that I mentioned are included, except for Clearspace and construction grids, because they're specific to the type of logo you have. You can download this in the link below. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and if you want to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button below.